walked into my local antique mall where I ended up finding a bunch of NES games on the counter. The guy hadn't even priced them yet, so I ended up waiting a little bit around for him to price them. And then I picked out a bunch and he said, "You're going to pick out this much. How about $100? And I said, let's do it. So let's go ahead and talk about everything that I picked up from this antique mall because there's some really awesome stuff here. And then we'll talk about how much it's all worth and if it's even worth $100 that I spent. Now, he did have prices on everything once I was ready to check out, but that's not what I paid. I paid $100 for this whole stack, and there's some really good games in it, so let's talk about it. First off, we've got the yellow label Metroid here. As you can see, it was $20, and it has some writing, which most of these do, but I can clean that up. So $20 is what he wanted. This is a little bit rough here. The label's a little beat up as well, but that's definitely an awesome game. And then rolling with the awesome games, we've got Legend of Zelda. This is the very first one on the NES. It's the gold card edition. He wanted $20 for it. Overall, it's in okay condition. Obviously, the gold is kind of scraping off in places, but it's still, for the most part, gold, so that's a good thing. And then we've got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Again, some writing on the side here. They wanted $10 for it, and it's in a decent condition. The label's in good condition and everything. I just need to clean up the little writing right there. We've got Donkey Kong Classics for $15. This is a really good game. It basically has a bunch of little different Donkey Kong games all in one, which is awesome. This is in good condition and definitely well worth 15 bucks. We've got Super Mario Bros. 3 here. They wanted 15 for it. It has a sticker on the label and writing on the side there. It looks like this person donated a bunch of stuff. And there is a little bit of plastic missing from the cartridge itself on the front there. But 15 bucks for that is not bad. Then we've got Little Nemo Dream Master. This game is pretty fun. If you've never played it, you definitely should. They wanted 15 bucks as well. It has writing on it like the others, but this one is in really good condition considering compared to the other ones, which are slightly dirty and slightly damaged. And then next we've got Final Fantasy for $20 again. It has the writing on it. It's a little dirty. The label's a little messed up as well. And last but not least, we've got Castlevania 3 Dracula's Curse. He wanted $25 for it. It's got the writing down the side, as most of these do, but it's in a pretty decent condition. I think if I clean this up, this could be a really nice looking copy. There's kind of some gunk on it, but overall, it's a fairly good looking label. And the cartridge is in great shape as well. But what do you think? Would you have paid $100 for all of this? Now, what I'm going to do is set up my computer. We'll go through each and every one of these and see what the total is, what these are worth, and see if the prices he was pricing them at were good, and also if $100 for this whole thing was worth it. So let's hop over to the computer right now. First game we're going to look up is Metroid. Now, this one is the special edition, which is a little bit different, but I think we can manage with that yellow label. I feel like it's worth a little bit more, but we'll have to see if they have a difference. I'm not quite sure. Okay, so they do have a yellow label. So this one was originally priced at $20 and loose it's worth $25. So that's a great deal right there. So let's go ahead and keep a running tally. I'm just gonna pull up a calculator and we'll just add it up and see how much everything is worth at the very end. But $25 for that is definitely well worth it. Then we've got The Legend of Zelda. Again, they wanted $20. So let's see how much it's actually worth. I think it's probably closer to that $25 again, but we'll just have to see. I haven't looked it up in a little bit, but okay, it's actually up to $30, and it's the 3 screw, so I don't have to worry about that. So that's actually a $10 come up right there. They wanted $20 for it, so $30 is definitely worth it. We'll go ahead and add $30 to the total, and that's already $55, which is totally awesome. We've got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. They wanted $10 for it, but I bet it's worth a little bit more than that. maybe like $15 to $18 here. Let's go ahead and check that out and see how much it's going for. Ooh, I was actually wrong. This is going for $12. So that $10 price tag is pretty accurate, to be honest with you. I did not expect it to be so low, but I mean, it is a game that is relatively known and isn't like the best game. It's fun, but it's not the best NES game. Next up, we've got Donkey Kong Classics. They wanted $15 for it, but I have a feeling that this one is actually probably worth more than that. Maybe like 25 maybe is my guess. Okay, $21 is not too bad. So that's $6 difference than what they had it priced at. And this place loves to price it under price charting, which is definitely awesome. The guy there is great. He always gives good deals. Again, Super Mario Bros. 3 for the NES. Where are you going to find this for $15? It's such an amazing game. And if you've never played it, you definitely need to. But for $15, this was definitely a game that I wouldn't have been able to pass on. But looking at it, it's worth around $20. Yeah, $20 here compared to the $15. Again, another $5 difference. He's really good at that, so I'm definitely glad to have found that. Then we've got Little Nemo Dream Master for $15. I haven't looked this price up for a long time, but I bet it's probably like $25. Oh, this one's actually worth less than what he stickered it for, but I'm not complaining because that was like, some of these deals are way better. So $12 is what that's worth. Actually, I'm going to put 13 because it is 56, so I'm going to round up there. We've got Final Fantasy on the NES for $20. He was kind of stacking these all up and just kind of going real quickly through them and saying 15, 10, 20, and so I'm glad he kind of did that because he wasn't necessarily checking the prices. He was just guessing on prices, but again, $20 game here. $23 is what it's going for on price charting, so that's definitely a little under price charting is happy place for me. And then we've got Castlevania 3 Curse of Dracula's Curse. This is $25. I'm guessing that's probably like a $35 game if I remember correctly, but it's been a while, so we're gonna check it out and see. Okay, I was right on $35 for this, which is definitely awesome because I paid $25, or at least that's what I would have if I would have bought all the games separately. So if we add those all up, we get a total of $180. $100 for all of these NES games. Now, what I'll do is probably clean these up and then keep some of them as like backups to games. Like, I will definitely keep this Metroid. I love the variants and everything. But the other games that I don't keep as backups, I'll use as trade bait to try to trade for something better or see what people would like for it. Because that always tends to be better off than just trying to sell it. It's just better to go and trade stuff that people really enjoy. So I'm definitely going to try to do that. But overall, $180 for $100 at an antique mall is definitely well worth it because those would probably be well over $200 if I was to buy them individually, have them shipped to me, or if I went to a local place, it would probably be closer to like $225 to $250. So for $100, I'm definitely glad that I picked this up. But what do you think? Would you have picked this up for $100 or would you have passed on it? Enough about that though. I'm going to get out of here and go play some games. But if you haven't checked that video out right there, you definitely should. I go to this antique mall maybe like twice a month, maybe once a month because there are some good deals. But I try not to go there very much. So I'm going to get out of here and go play some games. So check that video out if you haven't already.